In the last 70 years or so, we've seen hundreds of films and thousands of science fiction books that have been written where there's a dystopic future where the machines turn against the people. And it's always some scary, robot that looks like a skeleton from Terminator, or it's an Imperial probe droid in Empire Strikes Back. We can clearly see the scary machine for what it is. But in the real world, major corporations working with governments have turned everything into, quote, smartphones, smart refrigerators, the smart home. And we've got the former CIA chief admitting we're spying on you through your refrigerator, through your washing machine. And now, as we enter the end of 2016, we see the announcements by Google and Apple and Amazon and Microsoft of your virtual assistants that listen to you and babysit your kids. They're little robots like Siris that you put in charge of everything in your house. Now, we told you about this decades ago. We warned you of it. Now it's here. But the media says just accept it. It's the end of your privacy. It's the end of humans even being needed. But it makes it so easy for your species to just fade into oblivion. And it's our own species, our own elites that are doing this to us. We're going to break it down in this piece for the Nightly News and then have extended coverage that we'll be posting to Infowars.com tomorrow in part 2 of this report. Joining me is Leanne McAdoo, who's also concerned about this. Leanne, we're being made almost passé. I mean, the worst fears we had 20 years ago are now just being admitted. That's the end of humans, the end of us being needed. Everything you do is surveilled. Get used to it.
Right. Well, I got to say, when I watched Endgame for the first time, 10 plus years ago, the last 5 minutes of Endgame kind of threw me off. Like, all of a sudden, wait, they're merging with machines? What are you talking about? That went left. And lo and behold, it just sounds so crazy, but it's absolutely happening. And now they're not even trying to hide it anymore. They're trying to make it trendy and wonderful. There was actually a story that just came out that soon sex between couples is only going to occur on special occasions, that they're actually going to have artificial intelligence sex robots to take care of those functions on a daily basis, because you don't need relationships between two human people. It's just, they are making us obsolete.
Exactly. And now they're talking about cutting off the energy, cutting off the funding and the economy, where we're so poor, we're only allowed to basically sit in our houses after work and live in the AI planet.
Right.
Because that doesn't have a carbon footprint. And then the plan starts to become clear. They are literally shutting off the biosphere for humans, artificially putting us into a space for total dehumanization, and even announcing competing realities, because this one is going to be so horrible.
Right. Well, we're actually being sold. The White House is put out this report last Wednesday saying robots may take half of our jobs, and we should just embrace it. They have no idea how they're going to be dealing with the millions of people who are going to be out of jobs. They don't really have a plan for that. They say, these things have a way of working themselves out, but they're going to full steam ahead right into a brick wall with this, because they say it's going to be better in the long run.
That's what they always do. They always just frame it as, you're the alt-right, we defined you, anybody that disagrees with us, and now we're going to ban you.
Right.
Or we're going to say what words you can use and what words you can't. First, Christmas is no good. Now, holidays bad too. This is a cult. The answer is go back to being a normal human and not following whatever's trendy. Whatever's trendy, and whatever they call smart, is literally an electronic cage, and you're a chump by following it.
Right. And so, when I talked to the author of Artificial Intelligence, I met him at South by Southwest last year and kind of sat down with him, and he was talking about the fact that economists, no one is really concerning themselves with what's going to happen once automation takes over. And I talked about the 2040 plan, and he just laughed and said 2040, it's more like 2020. I mean, it's going to happen. Donald Trump's going to have to deal with it in his election.
That they always put stuff out there like, we'll have global government by 2030. It's already here.
Right.
We'll have merger with AI by 2035. They're going, 2025. It's all accelerating now by design. And Zuckerberg and all of them admitted, my users are dumb effers. We're going to control reality. They admit they're spying on you. Look at these headlines. Goodbye privacy. Hello, Alexa. Amazon's Echo, the home robot who hears it all and reports it all to the police. The Guardian. Here's another one on the Washington Post. Yes, the robots will steal your jobs, and that's fine. Here's another one from the Davos Group itself and a member of parliament in the Netherlands. Welcome to 2030. I own nothing, have no privacy, and life's never been better. They want us to think it's cool and adopt this because it's trendy, as you said, Leanne.
Right. Well, and so that's another thing that the author of Artificial Intelligence mentioned. I said, well, wouldn't it be great if the robots take over the jobs we don't want? Then everyone will have free time. They can self-actualize. And he said that would be absolutely terrible. Can you imagine millions of people just being free to do whatever they want? I mean, it'll be like the mall brawls that took place on Boxing Day across
Now, they
the
admit
country.
they're going to give us all these bureaucratic things we've got to do, all these social control systems. We're going to have less time to be free under the new AI system. Look at how technology already makes us have less time now.
Right. Well, this is their plan for how they're going to deal with us in the short term. Virtual reality. And they're already setting
Tell
us
us
up.
about that.
They're already setting us up. This is the new cool trendy thing. All the kids got to get it at Christmas. And Facebook is heavily invested in the Oculus Rift. So, I mean, they're going to, the virtual
Break
reality.
this down for people.
It's the next major computing platform. Okay. And so.
Just like Google Glasses failed, they're now trying to force us into this one, which they claim is less nauseating. Here's a tip. If something's nauseating, a digital bag over your head, maybe it's not good for you.
Well, actually, yes. One of our producers, Joseph Jennings, got his kids the VR headset and he was playing with it. And he actually had to pull his car over on the way here, you know, an hour after taking the headset off because he had really bad vertigo. I mean, this is not good. But so here we have virtual reality. And one thing they're really excited about is that they are going to be putting everyone into these avatar forms. And so everything you do online will be your avatar. And it's going to form the foundation of your identity online in this virtual reality. And so they're number one, they say, the goal of everything we do is to change people's actual behavior at scale. We can capture their behaviors, identify good and bad behaviors, develop ways to reward the good and punish the bad. They're going to use your avatars to nudge you into thinking certain ways.
And this is the moment where the needle skips off the record or the car slams on its brakes. That's called brainwashing. They're going to decide what your values are, put your value into an avatar that can be scored. China and Facebook admit this is the model. And then if you're not a good little globalist, it lowers your standing. Everyone will be put in the fake news category who doesn't play along with the new tyranny. But if you're a good little globalist, then you'll have a 5-star rating. They admit this. They announced this several years ago. And now we've hit jump point where it's all prepared and suddenly, boom, it happens. This must be absolutely opposed at every level. How do we do it? By being engaged in the normal third dimension, going outdoors, doing a lot of things. TV time is proven to brain damage, cause Alzheimer's, mental problems.
Key.
Nature walks, all of it's key. But as warriors, plugging into the Matrix and going in and battling for the zombies who are already in a dream state, having no idea they're literally having their soul sucked.
Right. Well, that's true. You know, Neo had to get back into the Matrix to free everyone.
That's what we're doing here. We are jacked in right now.
Exactly. That's why people say, well, why are you on Facebook? We have to use their tools against them. But understand, just like Zuckerberg called everyone dumb effers for giving all their information freely, well, that's the same thing that's going to be happening with virtual reality, except for now they're actually going to be freely mining data from our bodies.
And now you're going to be having sex in virtual reality in giant public orgies. Again, they admit this is what they're going to offer you as they make the outside environment so ugly, the culture, the buildings, the art. The CIA declassified this last year to make you feel ugly and bad, so you turn loose of your real powerful identity and go into their false controlled paradigm. Now, that's it for this segment on InfoWars Nightly News. We're going to come back in an extended segment that'll be posted to Infowars.com/app in the app section for members, and tomorrow to Infowars.com. So we're going to go to break, come back with David Knight, and then we're going to, again, tomorrow have part 2 where we really break all this down. I'm Alex Jones. This is Leanne McAdoo. We're only fighting for humanity. It isn't what skin color we are. It's what our hearts and souls stand for. We all got red blood. The globalists are trying to enslave us. We must stand against it. Stay with us.
In case you haven't heard, InfoWars has become the most influential media outlet in America. We're making freedom go viral. And now we are proud to announce a new weapon in the epic battle against the globalists. InfoWars Prime, where you can watch live high-definition feeds of the Alex Jones Show, plus exclusive insider videos from the InfoWars crew and behind-the-scenes action. Go to Infowars.com/app and download today. InfoWars Prime is available right now for your iPhone or Android. You will have access to exclusive videos that you can't see anywhere else. And that means live coverage of events and breaking news on location as it happens. You can also take advantage of amazing deals from the InfoWars store that are only available for InfoWars Prime subscribers. That's InfoWars Prime at Infowars.com/app. If you can hear my voice, you are the resistance.